Thank you. Let's just keep the crosstalk down so we can minimize any mumble jumble on recording. First on the agenda, let's get through these meeting minutes. The first on the meeting minutes to approve would be the July 10th. Duncan, we cannot vote on this one. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of July 10th? Someone like to second that? Second it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Someone does approve. Next on the agenda. Yeah, the 24th, Norman and David cannot vote. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of July 24th?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Someone does approve. Next on the agenda, as a notice of intent, the Gardner Conservation Commission will hold a joint public hearing under MGL Chapter 131, Section 40 of the Wetlands Protection Act and the City of Gardner Wetlands Protection Ordinance on a notice of intent filed by Kathleen Bertito. Is that how you say it?
Fiorentina.
Okay, Fiorentina, thank you. Represented by Mary Ann DeVito, work on parcel ID age 32, 1916A on 623 West Street. Project entails the construction of a new home, septic system and driveway into the existing hillside off West Street. Proposed project is within the riverfront area and bordering vegetated wetland. Your name is?
Mary Ann, 3 Oaks Gardner.
How are you doing, Mary Ann?
Doing well.
Want to just give us kind of a rundown of the project and your intention?
Yes, there is a larger plan. I gave you the 11 by 17, so the scale is not exact. You know, it's been shrunk a bit, but yeah, it'd be better to have. The proposal is, well, first of all, the site used to be an old gas station. And these folks have the paperwork showing that the tanks have been remediated. They were filled with sand. They are underground but filled with sand. Expecting what, 72 was it?
The actual remediation was 88.
80. Okay.
Where are the tanks in relation to the house?
If they're on the street side of the house,
Like,
if you,
where, oh,
but right on the road, literally, because people drove in to the gas station.
yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, it's an
small,
overhang. Yeah, it's a little,
small house down
yeah,
there.
little house used to be, I guess, a gas station.
Yeah.
With the overhang, and we actually found like old gill covers and filler tubes were there, but it's all been dismantled in a way. I delineated the bordering vegetated wetlands and the riverbank. That's some photographs of the riverbank today, but it's needed at this point. The proposal is to build the house into the existing hillside, not far from the little gas station building, just over a bit. There's a little shed over there right now. Despite the fact that it's in the riverfront area, it's much, much closer to the road than it would be as if they were excavating a tremendous hole in the ground for an entire foundation. This would be set into a disturbed hillside, essentially. There's Kawasi buckthorn prevalent, and we're proposing to treat it with something called buckthorn blaster. You cut the stems off and dab it with this buckthorn blaster, and it should kill it. The septic is outside the riverfront area. The driveway comes in off the road outside of the riverfront area. There's just a little bit of it to the garage under. Is within riverfront. There's 17,765, something like that. It actually come a plan. 175,751 square feet of the riverfront area on the property. 10% of that is 17,575. The proposed alteration of the outer riparian zone is 8,624, which has to be less than 5% of the riverfront area. The existing conditions that it's a field that's been paved periodically. There's a tremendous amount of metal debris that was taken out of there. Kind of wish it was saved, but they took a lot of it out, and there's a big piece that needs to be removed. These folks have pictures of what was there that they've cleaned up already as mitigation for work within the riverfront area. If you could supply them with a photo.
You just did the one of each, just because it was. But this is what it was, what it looked like that we took out. No, that's
What's there still.
They're still,
Proposing to reach in
and we did.
and hoist it out. That was,
When did you do this?
This was done
In the spring.
in the spring. Two front walls of that we got rid of, that was there.
How long were you on the property?
May of 2018.
So you cleaned it up knowing that you were doing this, or why didn't you clean it before we decided to build the property? I'm asking, I don't know.
No, the reason is, we didn't have the strength to move it. I bought a tractor.
We had a lot of these were like, very heavy, that way. So it's hard to be, they were pretty heavy.
Yeah.
They've been sitting there a long time, weather, whatnot. But these, we stopped at because they were substantially into the earth and we didn't, anyway.
And where in relation to this is on here?
the piece that's sitting there is near flag W4.
Where is that? I mean, this is.
Yeah.
Or secret point.
Yeah, the big one is.
It's right here. And it's actually in the wetland and in the riverfront. There is a cart path that comes down to the property, that was used for the Haver Field or whatever. And that, the, equipment can reach it from this cart path. And we're proposing to restore that cart path. And this is a driveway from outside the riverfront area. The cart path that's there will be restored.
Does the car path go through the wetlands?
No, it's within it's a 60 foot, it's within your 60 foot.
So if it's within the 60 foot, you can't do anything. You can't restore it.
Okay,
No build, no disturb.
okay, I was gonna put some wildflower seeds on it and get it to grow back.
Yeah, but it's in the wetlands, you don't, you shouldn't have anything.
Okay, all right, then you can leave it, let it restore itself.
Okay, keep going on that.
Uh,
Any other thing that you want to highlight or?
but you have a letter from the builder explaining as far as the amount of alteration that would occur in one situation versus the other. And why building it into the hillside is.
So he was sent the copy from the builder, Circle Divines. He said he sent you a letter. Just, from the builder, that was your thing you wanted?
Yes, the builder.
Same thing from somebody?
There was something sent to me, but there was nothing in the email.
There was no.
Oh, there's no attachment?
No, it just said external, and there was no,
Hmm.
no subject line, nothing.
I told him to follow it up with, I said, you don't put our address on there, you need to tell them what you're talking about, so then he sent a second one, no?
It could be large enough that it didn't go through maybe.
That could be it.
Yeah.
Was it 10 meg or something like that? Maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, the point is the amount of alteration for the home is reduced by being close to the road. Most of the alteration in that area, the street's very busy, as you all know, and there's debris. I took a picture of all the nip bottles. Oh, you guys clean it up every few days. Anyway,
Yeah.
so all of this will be contained to the frontage of the property. And leaving the field area, you plan to keep, do some gardening there, but it's going to stay as is. There's 10 acres of land. Maybe there's an acre or two that's open. And the rest of it's wooded,
The rest is wood, yeah.
and none of that's being touched.
Excuse me, if you're going to get into the car, why don't you come up in front of me?
Yeah, it's hard for everyone to
It's
hear.
hard for
Either one of these, both of them, or one does the car.
Yes, another solid point is this can't get
Oh, okay.
anything people are saying.
Thank you. So the house is very close to the 60, but it's in the riverfront, right? Repairing.
See, it's the outer riparian, yes.
There's no way to get this house out of it completely.
Of course there is, you can move it up, yes.
Exactly, but there's much more alteration of land that's further removed from the road. This is used in the hillside, they end up having to excavate, a lot of the soil will come out of the cellar hole. There's a lot of alteration that will occur, and I know it's outside the riverfront area, but at the same time, you have connectivity between the habitat across this field and into the woods. So we just start putting the house back there.
But you're putting a house on right on the 60 line, which prevents habitat crossing too.
The reason there's a 60 line goes, bulges out like that is one of my wetland flags is up higher. I could go back and look at that one flag.
Well, I don't wanna have it moved now, if that's your first guess, and it's not worth pulling it back there.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you flagged, though.
Yeah.
Dave, you have any comment?
Yeah, it just seems like the 60-foot line is like touching the house. That's just too close. That's how it looks, at least on the diagram I have.
It would push into the hillside any further.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see it out of the 200 completely.
Yeah, I would go, I mean, with that too.
What are your thoughts, everybody on this side?
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
I'll be looking at altering forest. We'll be cutting down the woods in order to get it outside that 200-foot line. We'll be in the woods. There's a driveway to septic that's there.
Well, that wouldn't change, right? Could you just make the driveway come down here and put the house on right here? Like, I mean, I'm not gonna redesign your house. You want what you want. You just-
If you're looking at outside the riverfront area, we're looking at, this is the woods line here.
Yep. I understand that. So this is not in the woods,
No,
the woods line is this way?
yes,
It's
yeah,
under bubble.
yeah. It's all field in here. This is all,
Why can't you put it in the field?
Where's the field?
it's all field out in here with the gardens and continue to be farmed in that area.
Well,
So,
It's because it's in the hillside, that's the,
right.
it was about using the earth that was already there and already been moved around.
It's very disturbed hillside as well.
And
But
that's
we
the
can
last-
limit this even more than we'd like to try to. How much of this 60 goes in? I mean, the line disappeared right where the foundation is.
It's right on it, it's right, well, it's really there.
And the line stops right there.
Yeah,
So if it stops, that means it's probably going into it, right?
it's right on the foundation, yeah. You push it back into the hillside some. Also,
is it, let me ask you,
it's septic,
let's jump in here.
excuse me,
Has it been flagged?
yes,
Yes, she flagged it. That's why she's saying. So she was very respectful of the flag dumping. That's why it falls
I
out.
didn't get down there, and that one, I knew where it was, and I didn't go.
yeah, there's a seep or something where the wetland plants
Yeah.
come up into.
Well, you have plenty of room to move it, so why don't you just move it?
Well, because there's much less work needed to put the house into the hillside.
That's not a concern.
Yeah,
What about saying this wetlands? What about right here?
that's still riverfront.
I know that, but I mean, well, I want it out of here
Yeah.
completely. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
this is already disturbed.
Like even with the gas station.
yeah, so it had all its gates and, yeah, it's disturbed from when it was a gas station.
That's that same wall design.
And this- Yeah, this is already disturbed too. This cart path already exists.
Yeah.
Well, it's disturbed green.
I can't, I mean, it's gotta come back on its own now.
And it actually goes, yeah,
And it's goes through and where's it go? You can see your passion.
it goes through, it goes through where the house is. It's just out there.
So then you got. You got your retaining wall right in there too.
Let's see if we can move it out of the 60, push it back from the 60.
Pull it this way.
Yeah,
What do you guys think about that? I mean, this, we don't really can't say they can't put it in here, right?
Well,
Whereas only-
I'm not gonna
it's an
vote.
alternative to-
I want it out of the, I don't care where you put it, as long as it's out of the wetlands. You have 10.5 acres of land. It's not like you've got a postage stamp piece of property.
Right.
You know, it's like you mentioned they want to farm, that's not our concern. really.
Yeah.
You know, you can do what you wanna do, once you get it out of the wetlands.
Well, it's not in the, it's in
In fact,
the.
let me ask you another question.
Is,
All right,
So you,
push
the
that,
scrap that you removed, was that in the wetlands?
yes.
You shouldn't have even done that. You're already in violation there.
it should have came to us.
Really?
Yeah, I took them afterwards, they thought it being good.
It's a considerable distance from the river, and at the time it was just.
Yeah, well, the
I
wetlands,
know that, no, I'm not saying we're gonna cite you, but you are embedded, you've already embedded in violation of the Wetlands Act by removing that scrap.
you come before us and you get a permit and we allow it and you come up and you,
Make an RDA.
it's something.
And I'm not saying you did it intentionally.
Yeah.
But you've done it.
I'm trying to be good.
I would try to
I
say,
can't undo it from,
yeah.
What?
I can't undo it. from-
No, no, I'm just saying, just, that's why I want that all put down there.
It can be moved, they have to look at.
So Duncan, I mean, Dave, we're talking about sliding it up towards the septic type design and out of
Yeah.
that 60, and then that retaining wall that goes right into it.
Yeah.
That's gonna have to all, I mean, put it over here.
Yeah, we can still
Yeah.
use the hillside over there. Just slide it,
Depending on how far back you're talking, yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't know how much-
Dave, do you
right behind the existing building.
Dave, do you have anything to say in response to what Greg said?
Yeah, I mean, I just think, I'm less concerned about entirely out of the 200, but I would like to move it towards that gas station area. It's an open field, part of it still. I know there's slope, but looks like you can move it west further out of there.
I mean, come back with a couple options.
Yeah.
That would be good, you like, pick two options you like that are on this red line here, and there's no impact at all.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, it doesn't look like it's much to move it out of that,
No.
that area.
yeah, I don't know why
The
this,
wall,
it's gotta
Oh,
go.
it's because of this wall.
this wall here and the foundation is in, so.
Or shrink the property this way,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know
Oh,
what
it's
you're.
cut into the earth here.
Yeah.
Can you,
That's what we, and it's, and it's.
let me see that.
And it's a septic
Let me
tank.
see this. Why can't you just slide this up?
That's what we're talking about.
But just get it out of the lane. That's.
Well, they can either go this way,
No, go this way, because here's the red line, that's what you're saying.
yeah, he's saying, some ways it's not near that red
Just
line.
slide this up. We'll say it's 100 feet. You slide it up 100 feet, you're out of
Actually,
jurisdiction.
you can go this way
No,
too.
we
Oh, you can go that way too.
I think we would choose to go, we'll pull it out that way when we come back with that drawing, just because this is just the drier land that's easier to use for gardening and what have you, that we're going
But
to.
that's.
Yeah, I know.
I'm watching, I know why we want me to pull it out of the
From the
river
river
and I
to the woods.
So then
Keep it.
As long as you, I think the most, many members will agree,
Yeah.
that we want it out of there. Whatever you do with it, when if you come back with another plan, that is not gonna be in the wetland.
We're good. Yeah, we're gonna vote to continue this. You guys come back with a couple other options. When's the next meeting?
This 28th.
Someone like to, make a motion to extend this hearing to August
I'll
20th.
make a motion to extend this hearing to August 28th.
Someone to second that.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
David?
Thank you.
Aye.
So are we clear on what needs to be done for next steps?
I'm gonna give you two options of where the house can go. I gotta talk to the engineer because there's the septic system approval and elevations and so on that have to be met. So there's some challenges with doing that, and a letter from the builder.
as long as it's outside of the red line, we don't need two options, do we? Can't.
No, you can do what you want. As long as we're outside, there's no impact at all on that side.
Just one, I think
All
is
right.
sufficient. to
Sounds like it's all
outside of the
doable.
red.
Yeah,
Have to agree on one.
yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next on, there's nothing else on the agenda, but for next meeting, we need representatives for the Community Health Center.
Yep.
CHC, and somebody from Topaz to kind of talk about the discrepancies. We can't, I mean, it's not on the agenda right now, but I'd like representatives for both of these to come to the 28th meeting. Anybody else have any new business? Or anything new?
No, yeah, Lenny?
You have any new business sign?
Oh, I've seen a lot of that.
Sorry,
You gotta,
not today, no.
you gotta sign it.
I can,
Thank you. Yeah, she knows. Yep.
it's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen a long time. Any new business?
Oh.
David? Sophie, new business?
No.
David, new business? Someone like to make a motion?
No, you
to next hearing? I already did, you said no.
Well, can I mention something that's not on here? Give us new business.
New business, not anything we've talked about before, that we knew.
In a previous, a month, 2 months ago.
That's not,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. I would like to end, make a motion to end tonight's hearing.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye. Night, David.
Good night.
Good night, David.
Thank you. It was a blast.